Hannah. I'm 17 years old, and
You both in the same family?
No, family
No.
friend.
We are a family friend.
So you're a different person. You're Hannah Orow?
Yep.
Yes, she is.
And you need to tell us before you start. Number one,
Okay.
you do in all of your research, you realize that this is an Oakland County issue. Oakland County Animal Control handles that for the city of Farmington Hills.
Yes.
You do realize that this is getting shut down. They have an answer. It's ending. Okay, it's not ending fast enough, but nothing that we can do here is going to speed that up. The legal steps that have been taking place are moving this towards its conclusion. We have only the ability to influence in this particular situation. This really needs to be taken up, and we do have one of our county commissioners here, but I know they've been actively working on it, and that's why they have this. They have a resolution, and it is going to end. So they're, coming and talking to us right now.
I'm just
We're very
confused.
passionate about why we all are on the record as saying we are disgusted by this. And
I'm glad to hear that. I mean, I
and
know
have
you're
been.
trying, and from what I saw, no, it's definitely not fast enough. I know.
well,
I mean, it's been going on for years.
And Hannah has learned a lot of new things since she's
understood, and sometimes the wheels of the legal system move very slowly, and when you deal with somebody who knows just where that line is, so that you can go back and forth across that line, it becomes a very frustrating experience for those of us who are trying to get the right thing done. But I just want you to know we are on that same page, and now there is a remedy, and this is terminating, which is the best news that I've heard.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. I didn't know how frustrated I would be with all of you. I just know that I feel so strongly about this, and neither of us, I'm trying to help her understand why it's not moving faster and why she continues to have more dogs than she should, and why there are dogs in the basement when there shouldn't be. And
I've addressed that, so
yeah.
let's let
Hannah.
Ms. Orow speak, and then we can,
Okay.
as we usually do, let's all of the rest of our time. I just want to make sure that you understand you're in the wrong place for this. And honestly, we are all very supportive and want this taken care of.
Oh, I understand that by you just talking to me about it, but for 2 months over the summer, worked there. I was in there, in her basement, in her home, in the kennel, worked with the dogs. I saw firsthand what is going on there. The smell, it's undescribable. It burns the chest to the point where I can't breathe, to the point where I have puked while working there. I've worked several hours, days there, to the point where I'm so exhausted from trying to take care of all of these dogs that after I'm done, I can't do anything. It's tiring, it's very exhausting, so I'm 17 years old, so if I'm having a struggle doing it, she's obviously having a struggle doing it. And not even that the conditions that are in the basement are horrendous. And the reports, they're missing details. There's not just one dog to each kennel. There's a couple dogs to each kennel. 2 dogs to 1 small crate, I find it unacceptable that they're living in that 24/7. And no one in the outdoor kennel is fully aware of any conditions that the dogs are in, how many dogs there are there, or how many dogs are in each kennel. There are 4 dogs in one kennel, 1 dog in one kennel. She separates them and leaves empty kennels just for them to sit and collect dust. It's sad, it breaks my heart. And for the 2 months I've worked there, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. And she doesn't just have dogs, she has cats, she has several, she has birds, she has chickens and ducks and a little coop. Not only to mention that they have fleas, they're all covered in fleas, ear mites, conditions that are ridiculous, no animal should have to be in, mats that rip the skin to the point where they're bleeding, they're sitting in their own feces and urine 24/7. There's no baths, no nothing. She's 79 years old. She falls asleep and forgets to feed and give the dogs fresh water. They're let out maybe once or twice a day. It's hard to let them out. There's so many of them. They have a lot of energy from being cooped up all day. It's a dog. Like, they have energy. So when trying to let all of them out, it's a struggle to let them out. And it was a struggle for me. So imagining her doing it now by herself, that I have stopped working there, are those dogs even going outside? Are they even getting fresh water and food? No one actually knows what's going on. It's sad. And just the smell of ammonia in there is horrible. And even for her to live in there, it's horrible conditions. The house is, I can't even get to explain how horrible the inside of the house is. It's bad. Her bed is in her living room of her home, next to 3 litter of dogs. Might I add that she got her breeding license taken away, then had 3 more litters of puppies. And because she didn't like one of the mother dogs, removed the mother dog and put her in the basement. And the puppies are too young, they need their mother, so those puppies are now without a mother, sitting in feces and urine, and they're covered in fleas. The second they're born, they're covered in fleas.
What about the dead puppy?
Right after she had our last litter of puppies, maybe a week or so after, one of them had died. And she just put it in a box and was like, yeah, one of them died. I just find it unacceptable. Like, these dogs are in horrible condition. It's obviously not okay. The dogs in the kennel, they're supposed to be taking thyroid medicine, and they don't. She can't even remember what dogs need thyroid medicine. They need eye drops. Their ears need to be cleaned. It's horrible. I just can't begin to even explain how bad it is. It's for any of you to really understand the smell, the look, the way everything is, you would have to go into her kennel, go into her basement, try to breathe that air in. Try to just take a look at what's going on.
We actually get the picture. So,
Okay.
yeah, Dr. Bruce, then Mr. Lerner, because you're both, yeah, we'll just go right down the line. Dr. Bruce.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Ms. Orow, I thank you for your comments. I mean, we have a lot of empathy for what you saw, for what is going on in that kennel. First off, we've been dealing with this issue for quite some time, too long, as I agree. However, there is the rule of law. She has certain rights that we can't violate. The court system is involved in this, and there are appeals, and it goes back and forth. And as the mayor said, this is going to be shut down. But